triple double. Told him check the stats. Yeah, I got a couple. I don't drop the ball. Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant. Need a triple double. Told him check the stats. Yeah, I got a couple. I don't drop the ball. Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Yeah, I need it now. Told him on the lay. I've been moving, dog. Yeah, I'm on the way. I don't hear the talk. Don't care what they say. I don't got no patience. I can't ever wait. I've been trying to get it. Running up all these digits. And I've been in the gym. I've been up doing minutes. I just put in that work. Told them it's strictly business. And I see through the face. They all just burning bridges. Feel like John Morant. Need a triple double. Told him check the stats. Yeah, I got a couple. I don't drop the ball. Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant. Need a triple double. Told him check the stats. Yeah, I got a couple. I don't drop the ball. Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Yeah, they don't want it done like I want it, dog. Yeah, they say they want it, then they took the summer off. I've been going down the list, checking numbers off. I was checking on your numbers, told them something's off. I was at the bottom, now you know I'm climbing. Now they sending deals, they know I ain't signing. They been trying to sell it, they know I ain't buying. When they send a text, dog, I ain't replying. Feel like John Morant, need a triple double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drop the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant, need a triple double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drop the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell.
Yeah, head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test, now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, so nobody's into me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close, been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late. Seen them down bad, now they tryna hate. Same ones try to hit me for the raise. Got a meal, now they coming with a blaze. Check the numbers, fam, I swear I'm getting paid. I'm a Don just like the Perrier. It's one time when I'm looking at a face. On the low like I'm pushing up the bass. Told him come down and I'll meet him at a gate. Got a check and I bought myself a place. They get some money and they blow it on bait. I don't flex but I'm pushing all the weight. Told them all I swear I got it's what it takes. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you guys are having a great day. We got another amazing live stream for you guys tonight as Bitcoin is kind of starting to find a range here up in the mid-60,000s, guys. Is this where we see Bitcoin move higher, or are we going to get a rejection? We are coming up to hit some key levels, and I want to talk about that, guys. I want to talk about the two major scenarios I see playing out here for Bitcoin. We talked a little bit about it yesterday, and I kind of just want to cover it, right? Because, as I was saying yesterday, I am a little bit more neutral right now in the long term, guys, because that sticky situation we have with that high time frame money flow, guys, this chair has not sunk one time today. I swear. I don't know if it's because I'm talking louder and I'm more aggressive with my hands that I just slowly sink to the downside here with this chair. But I keep thinking the chair fixes itself. But anyway, guys, I want to talk about the two specific scenarios that I'm looking at. As we have that kind of difficult situation with that higher time frame money flow coming out, which could potentially be pointing to much more downside for Bitcoin. But we all know that we're not necessarily in that area of the 4-year cycle where we see money flow in the high time frames dip into the red with a massive drop to the downside, or at least that's not what has happened in the past. And then we kind of got other money flow looking really good. We got a weekly green dot on the way potentially here, which would be a point for the bulls. So we are kind of getting some mixed signals here, and I am leaning a little bit more neutral, just scalping the market, little trades here and there. Caught a nice little scalp long, only hit TP1. I just got stopped out in profit, but just getting those fire little scalps in with the premium Discord. Just waiting to come up to those next key levels. As you guys know, $67,000 is going to be that next key level to the upside. So we're going to be talking about all that on tonight's live stream, guys. I'm going to break everything down, give you the bullish case, give you the bearish case, and then let you guys know which way I'm leaning, which right now is kind of in the middle. But with all that being said, guys, don't forget to shout out that live stream, I was going to say. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Every 100 likes we get gives you guys some extra chances to win some free crypto. And I actually have some people coming to visit on Friday. We may do a little bit of a shorter stream, but scalping for profits, baby. Shout out to Mike Vito. As you guys know, we don't need to always call that next big move to the upside, although it is fun when we do. But all we need as traders is volatility in the market. We need little moves up, little moves down, and we can scalp those profits every single day. Shout out to Tyler Durden, said short stream. But yeah, guys, with all that being said, don't forget to smash that like button. We're going to be doing the giveaway on Friday. And if we get this is going to be rough. Like, crypto attention is super down. But if we get 550 likes on tonight's live stream, somehow I will give away $100 in XRP. Not 100 XRP, $100 in XRP to somebody on Friday's live stream. On top of all the other crypto giveaways. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and see who we got in here tonight. Let's see. Shout out to the Godfather. Show him some respect in the chat. Shout out to the Godfather. Thank you for being here. We got Multisig Dummy. What is going on, guys? Don't forget to show some love to our mods. We got Tyler Durden, Rob the Crypto Snob, D Penny Crypto, Chemistry Bro, Captain Kirk, Crypto Billy, Crypto Anon. You guys know who they are. Show them some love in the chat. We got Darla in the chat. What is going on? Thank you for tuning in. We got Great White. What is up? Red Elephant says fresh cut. Yeah, I literally just got back from the barber shop. Let me know, guys. I'm 32. How is my hairline? I feel like it's like every haircut I get, it just inches back and inches back. But yeah, I guess it could be worse. But anyway, shout out to my barber. He's the man. We were actually talking about crypto today. But yeah, shout out to TRD Farmer. We got Al Jr., Jonah Lang. We got everybody in the chat. Where's Dave Digital? Shout out to Gen Z and Kalichi. What is going on, guys? Shout out to Jeff and Cryptic Sniper. And with all that being said, Somebody get Dave Digital. Where's he at? I'm just kidding, guys. But let's go ahead and jump on into these charts and try to figure out what is going to happen next because we do have quite an interesting situation. So let's go ahead and jump into the charts. So here we are. Let's see. Shout out to Joe to Plainclothes. What is going on, bro? He says, looking good, boss. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, shout out to Valerie. Where's Martina? I told Martina I was going to do a no-hatch stream. But yeah, we'll let's go ahead and jump on in here. Dave Digital needs a minute to collect himself. He just noticed the fresh cut. Shout out to Tony D. Hey, shout out to 3 Diglets. What is going on, bro? Thank you for that super chat. I appreciate you so much, man. You said, dope haircut. You're only 32. You haven't even reached your prime yet. That XR piece, though, it's climbing. Shout out to 3 Diglets. I appreciate that super chat and the kind words, man. I like that. Haven't even reached my prime yet. That is I like those words. I'm going to frame that super chat. Shout out to 3 Diglets. We will actually, speaking of XR piece, we will be taking a look at XRP here today as well. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we got going on here, guys. Now, obviously, shout out to the dining room, guys. Real quick, let me just pull this up. Because shout out to the dining room. Although I did not take a long position here, I am still long from $39,989. So if we do wind up taking off here, I am still long from way lower. But although I am not in a fresh position from down here, we actually front ran the level that I was looking at, unfortunately. But going back into this dining room, guys, I will say that is the nothing really secret there. There's the premium. There's a little sneak peek into the premium Discord here. There. You can't see the video. You can't see all the secrets that we're talking about. I'm just kidding, guys. But if we come on over to the dining room here, guys, if I could find it, there it is. Pretty funny. I was looking at this earlier and I was like, oh man, we were talking about the dining room being valuable, and here is literally, we are we're not at all-time highs yet, but we are seeing almost this exact thing play out as we flip that 786 here at 6 and that daily naked point of control at 61K. All talked about on the live stream, of course, but just seeing that play out as we were looking for is pretty nice. But are we going to see that move up into the all-time highs? That is another thing, and that is kind of what I want to talk about today. But if you guys want to get into this dining room and get weekly TA posts from your boy, from the premium Discord, 1 post per week. Sometimes they're trade setups. Sometimes it's just general TA like that. But a lot of times they are trade setups. And you guys want to check that out, come on over to the dining room, click on unlock access, and this bot is back up and running. Very simple. Whatever exchange you signed up with our affiliate link, click on that exchange, drop in your user ID, and then hit submit, and our mods will get you in. You also got a whole bunch of other channels here as well. But what I want to talk about here, guys, are we likely to see those all-time highs? And there are some bullish puzzle pieces potentially pointing towards that happening. And it all starts on the higher time frame. So let's go ahead. We're going to zoom out. I don't know why I took off Market Cipher B here. But Here's the thing, right? We have this weekly green dot. It is actually flashing. This was printing earlier today. It just unprinted, but obviously, we have another 4 days and 3 hours for this to confirm. This is going to be a signal I am watching very, very closely for that next big move to the upside because, in my opinion, if we are able to print that green dot, guys, oftentimes these green dots, especially with these little trigger waves, can be super bullish, giving us massive moves to the upside. And you only have to look back to September to see that last green dot playing out. Now, this isn't just something you can see a green dot and long. This is obviously a higher time frame. These things do take time to play out, right? If you were to long here, you probably would have went instantly into drawdown. So you're not trading based off this, but I do just want to show this green dot, as did also have a little bit of a trigger wave here, could potentially, or it did actually give us a very, very big move up of 182%. And we are seeing a similar situation here. Anytime you see these momentum waves, there's the green dot right on time. You're a little late there, but we'll just say you're on time. But there it is, right, guys? If we do continue to print this and confirm it, could indicate that we are going to get another move to the upside. We also, for what it's worth at this moment, are seeing the money flow starting to come up here on the weekly as well. So in the long term, this is not necessarily something you're looking at saying this is going to cause a big move to the downside. Rather, it would likely give us another leg up. And even if you really just time these weekly green dots, anytime you're below the 0 line, which is right here, they do give you moves up, right? Green dot right. I don't know why I circled the candles. Green dot right here. Pretty big move to the upside. We trend to the upside, and then the momentum waves come back down below that 0 line. You print another green dot. You get another big move to the upside. You continue to trend, and now we are starting to get that next green dot. Is this going to be the thing that blasts us off into new all-time highs, potentially targeting? I'm not going to talk about them today, but potentially targeting new all-time highs there. And this could potentially have the power to do that. But oh my God. But as you guys know, we can't just make a decision based off that one signal. And there's many things that we need to be looking at here, right? Because if we do get that green dot, sure, that is bullish for sure, and oftentimes gives us that big move, especially the trigger wave. But if we come on down to the 3 and the 2 day, you guys can see this money flow is still in the red on the 2 day, although it is coming up locally, obviously. But again, looking at this VWAP starting to roll itself over here. Going to be watching this very closely as well, but if we can get this back into the green here on the 2 day, that would be somewhat of a good sign to get a fake out here on the higher time frames with the money flow, because with that green trigger wave, I want to point out here, that last example we were looking at, let me see the, where is that? Right about here. Let me put a horizontal line so we can come on back over to the 2 day and see what the money flow was doing here, right? The money flow was actually trending to the upside as we were getting that last green dot on the weekly. Money flow was obviously trending to the upside here, which is indicative of a big trend to the upside. But right now, we are seeing the opposite of this, and this is kind of what is making me hold more of a neutral stance right now, guys. Just because we're seeing some mixed signals here, right? Because if this VWAP rolls back over, you want to think of this as if we do wind up coming down and printing this red dot, this money flow could easily get dragged back into a bigger red wave, which would likely, in my opinion, cause a bigger trend to the downside to break this structure and put in a new low here, targeting around $51,000 to $52,000. Very important to kind of separate this. I am not calling for 51 to 52K. That is not how I trade. That's not how I make money, right? Anytime I try to make 100% call in one direction or the other, when you start trading, you start to think that that's what you're supposed to do. You will quickly lose your money, right? So I am not necessarily saying we are going to 51 to 52K, but we have to watch all this stuff develop as new price action comes in, because if we see that money flow come out, it could cause that bigger trend to the downside. And these are the two real scenarios that I see. I was actually just talking to the Premium Discord about this. Just in simple terms, guys, we have two scenarios here, right? Can go up and it can go down. I'm just kidding. It's basically a meme at this point. But here's the thing. We are approaching very, very key resistance. So if we do wind up coming up, and as you guys know, the next target to the upside for me is going to be the $67,000 POC. We simply front ran that. Let me get rid of these paths real quick. We just front ran that level slightly. But the thing about this level is if we do pull from the high to the low, you can see that 786 Fibonacci retracement level is in confluence with that POC. And in my opinion, guys, this is going to be the next big target to the upside, because if we do get there, right, just based off the kind of thesis or theory of these volume profiles, simply put, Once we get above that value area low, we are going to be looking for price to go to the POC and then get above that POC and go to the value area high. So that would be bullish, right? We're above this value area low. That is very, very good. And we popped through that with gusto, right? We had a good follow through as we broke that level. But you know, we're expecting that. That's why we're expecting the POC to come in, because this level is going to act as a magnet. And then if we're able to flip this box, you know, obviously you're not that far away. Very quickly, that value area high can come in. So with that being said, you know, this is the key level, right? Because if we are looking for let's just assume, right? We're not trying to predict, but let's just assume we're going to put in a lower high and we're going to get the downtrend to continue based off this high time frame money flow, right? I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm saying let's pretend, right? Money flow comes out on the 2-day, right? You get the red dot, drags your money flow back in the red. Your 3-day money flow rolls back over, comes into the red. What would you expect? Well, at that point, you would simply be expecting a lower high to come in, right? Because the money flow indicates the longer-term trend. And right now, if we come up to the lower high area, right, where's that next place for price to likely put in that lower high and continue down? It's going to be between that golden pocket 786 Fibonacci retracement level. And to be honest, we already hit that golden pocket, right? We don't know if we are going to get that lower high. We don't know if it's going to come in at the golden pocket or the POC 786, right? And even if you negate the volume profile, you're just going to be looking at the 786 anyway. So we don't know if we do get the lower high, if it's going to come in there or come in there. And you guys will know we talked about this potential scenario happening before we even started pumping up here, right? We talked about how if we got another 2-day green dot down here, we would likely see a retracement to the upside. Everybody would get super, super bullish, but we would still, a lot of people unknowingly would not realize that we are still at risk of putting in a macro lower high and continuing down. This is a possible scenario. Not calling for it, right? I'm not saying 100%, but this is definitely a possible scenario based off the reaction that we get at this golden pocket and this zone right here. And again, this POC in 786 is coming in between 66.9 and about $68,000. And again, that is the most likely place for a price to put in that lower high. And we even talked about how this has happened in the past, right? When we pulled this volume profile from the top of 2021, I believe this is the example that we looked at, right? Now, this is a different situation. We were at a macro, we were at all-time highs, right? A significantly higher all-time high than the previous cycle, right? Not 11K. I can't go back far enough. But obviously, you know, our previous all-time high before this at, you know, $61,000. The previous all-time high was $20,000, right? So, you know, we had that big all-time high come in. We started ranging around, and then what happened? Your higher time frame money flow started to bleed out. Right? And what happened? You get the drop to the downside, and then right here, you get the retracement, but everybody thinks this is the bounce for 100K. But as a trader, you're looking at this saying, hey, money flow's coming out. That could indicate the trend is going to continue down. Now, where would that likely lower high come in? Well, we would pull our Fibonacci from the high to the low, and that golden pocket 786 retracement would indeed be the zone that we were looking at. If I had my YouTube channel back then, we would be looking at this level together saying, hey, this looks like we could put a lower high in here based off the Fibonacci's and the money flow coming out. Now, again, it doesn't guarantee that this is going to happen this time. I would actually argue that it's maybe a little less likely to happen this time because of where we are in the cycle. So, but I just want to show you guys here, right? Like, you want to look at you want to look at your TA and just use the information on the charts, right? It doesn't matter what people are thinking on this move to the upside. Oh my God, 100K incoming, 100K incoming. No, the market does not care about anybody wanting $100,000 to come in, right? Like, that's not how the market moves. So you would be looking at that lower high, and what happened? This actually, you know, they don't always play out like this, but this wound up being a massive drop to the downside on that little fake out May 2021 dump. And then everyone got super bearish, and then they, you know, it came back up, and then whatever. But this is a very similar situation, right? So we have to understand, if we know this is how price action moves, it doesn't mean that we just FOMO short into this level for no reason, but we have to understand that we've seen things like this happen not only before, but like we see this happen on all different time frames, right? All the time. You come down, you retrace into a golden pocket 786, and then you get the lower high and you continue down, right? Very similar to what we were looking for on this short from the POC last time before, you know, everyone thought we were going to bounce here, and we looked for the short. We took the short in the premium Discord, and we got that break of structure to the downside, right? And this was based off money flow and the higher term time frames, right? It indicates the longer term trend. So this is a possibility. Frankie, you're such a bear. Maybe. Maybe, but not really, guys. I am still bullish, right? This is the hard thing about learning context of the market, right? This is a scenario. That is the if this, then that. If we get the short signals at this high likelihood rejection area, we could potentially get that big drop to the downside, but it is not guaranteed, and I'm not even, I'm not waiting to come up here to short, right? I am simply looking at that as a possible scenario. Now, on the flip side of that, right, money flow coming out on the higher time frames. You have the sketchy resistance levels coming up right now where we've seen big rejections in the past. But that's just the bearish side, right? If we look at the bull case here, again, that weekly green dot would definitely be a big point for the bulls. It is now gone again, but hopefully it comes back. But that would be a big point for the bulls. There it is, right on time, green dot. It's like it knows that we're talking about it. But this green dot would be a big point for the bulls here, especially with where we are in the market. And that's kind of where I'm having a little bit of trouble just calling for higher prices out of just blindly, right? Just saying we're bullish, right? The reason I have trouble saying that is the reason I'm not just bearish, instantly calling for 50, decisively calling for 51 to 52K is with where we are in the market, guys. It is not very often that you see money flow on something like the 3-day cross over into the red at this point in the cycle, right? And if you're a believer in the 4-year cycles, is it real? Does it just track traditional finance? It's an argument for another day. But if we look here, guys, like last time we were in a similar situation, we had the money flow crossover into the green on the 3-day. The halving was at some point in May here. I don't know the exact date. Maybe someone could throw it in the chat if you guys know. But money flow came into the green here, and then we talked about this yesterday. I actually did this exact thing yesterday where we went into bar replay mode, right? Let me play this forward a little bit. As we look at price action here, we might be looking and saying, hey, money flow is starting to come out here. Like, this doesn't really look that bullish, right? Like, money flow, or in the long term, right? Money flow is coming out. But where are we in the cycle here, right? The halving has happened, and this is not typically where we just drop into another bear market, right? And what happened, right? Money flow was coming out. It looks pretty bearish. And then we get the green dot, and money flow kept coming out, looked even more bearish. And right here is very similar to what we're seeing currently, right? Money flow came out. We're locally starting to get a pop to the upside. And then what happened in this cycle? Obviously, we were in the midst of a bull run right after the halving. And obviously, we wound up seeing a big move up, right? And it came out of nowhere, and everybody was blasting off, and it was basically, other than these little volatile moves, it was basically up and to the right. After that, right? Like, just simple green candles, waking up every day, your altcoins are 50xing, right? And it's just insane, right? So this is why I'm not just blindly saying if we were at a different point in the cycle, guys, I'll be honest with you, I would feel really good coming up here and being like, guys, everyone's calling for higher, but we're going down. I'm telling you right now. Well, I'm never that decisive, right? Because that's not how it works. But I would be much more I would be cautioning people a lot more if we were in a different part of the cycle. But with where we are, very similar to this area, oftentimes you do see fake outs on money flow. We also saw this on the daily time frame recently, guys. If I come back over to the daily, right, as we were down here where I caught my long from $39,998, we had money flow coming out here on the daily, which not as bad as a 2 or 3 day money flow crossover, but would still indicate the downtrend would continue. But we knew that with where we were in the cycle, a fake out on money flow could be likely. And what happened? We dipped into the red and then came right back into the green. And I think this really just has to do with how long I've been watching money flow and just been through multiple cycles, right? So I kind of have a feeling of I don't want to say feeling, right? I don't really base anything off of feeling, but as far as cycles go, you kind of have to look back at your previous cycles that you've been through and try to remember what that was like, right? It was it was right after the halving. Everybody was super bearish. Everybody was super bullish. Whatever it is, you have to kind of combine all this stuff I personally combined all this stuff to figure out a likely bias. And that's why, we were open to a move to the downside here, and we were set up for it with a short setup from this wick high here after the ETF approval. But I also took a long here at just under $40,000 because I knew that fake out could be potentially possible, and we wound up getting it. And now I am still holding this trade, which was originally taken with $675. I think 670, right? $670 flipped into almost 10 grand right now. So that is, you kind of have to look back and see what we've done in the past to try to compare and contrast what is likely to happen next. Now, it's never going to be 100% accurate, but that's why we use multiple pieces of information. So very simply put, guys, and then obviously we were looking for price to come into this golden pocket where we also had a weekly naked point of control. Let me pull up exo charts here really quickly. Bada boom, pull up the weekly. That's going to take a minute. No, there we go. We do have that weekly naked point of control sitting at about 67.5, right? It's going to be a key level of resistance. So you do have a weekly naked point of control at 67.5, but we also, let me pull it up. We also had this naked point of control sitting at $65,000, right? And if I pull up the other chart here, you guys can see we had that marked out on the live stream yesterday. And we were wondering, I'll be honest, actually, no, we came up to this yesterday. We were up here during the stream yesterday, weren't we? Yes. So we did get up to this level, and I'll be honest, once we shot up here, I was like, maybe we're going to run for that POC, but we wound up not running for it. But this is definitely a key level of resistance, guys. We could, even if we're not going to nuke down to lower lows, we could potentially see, I still would really like to see that POC 786 taken, but, if we do reject here, could cause a little bit more of a move to the downside. Now, just because the money flow is coming out on the higher time frames, guys, does not mean that if I took a short here, I'm just holding it forever. We do have, the nice thing here is, the very specific situation we sit in right now is, I'll be honest, this 12 and 16-hour money flow coming up, this would indicate that the trend in the context of a 12-hour, right, would continue to the upside. Meaning, if we reject here, even if we break this value area low, we could be in a situation where we are likely to come up or come down, put in a higher low, right? We could look at some key levels below us in a second, but we could come down, put in a higher low here, and then, maybe this 12-hour confirms, right? You get the red dot, you start to get a trend to the downside. All the bears are coming out and being like, we told you, right? And this is why, as a trader, we kind of just flip-flop back and forth because most people are wrong most of the time, right? So you kind of just got to bob and weave with those people. Or bob and weave with those sentiments. But, maybe that 12-hour red dot brings us down a little bit. And then once that money flow finally crosses into the green, if we can find some long entries on those higher lows, if that money flow continues up, that might be where we get a big move to the upside. And if we see this medium time or higher hourly time frame money flow cross into the green, guys, and we get a big move, it could be good for the fake out into the green or fake out into the red, I should say, with another pushback into the green on these higher time frames, and it may just kind of repair them. Okay, it was just a little fake out, and now we're going off to higher prices. But until we see that, we have to look at what we have on the chart and take it as binary information with as little emotional input or even like of your own input as possible. You want to stick as strictly to the data as you possibly can. Even if we get a push down here, I'm not just, if we dump down here, right, let's assume, right, let's pretend we get a move down here. I'm not getting automatically super bullish. We do have some support below. We could look at the Fibonacci retracements as well as the previous value areas that we have down there for support. Because, again, in the medium time frames, right, this money flow is coming up. So what would we be anticipating based off the 12-hour? Very simply put, you would anticipate a cool-off, right, or a lackluster push to the downside to put in a higher low and continue back up. And this could potentially set up, like we looked at yesterday, very similar to the last time we lost this value area low. We came down, we came back up, tested that POC. Everyone thought we were going higher. We took the short at the 67 POC, got the move down. But this also did complete a head and shoulders here below the value area. And then we took a long right here. Right? And we rode it from the value area low to the POC to the value area high before going short from the top right here. So with that being said, guys, this could be something that we look for. So I don't want anyone thinking just because that high time frame money flow is coming out that even if we pull back below this value area low, I'm not just giga short praying for lower prices, right? There's a lot of stuff that we need to see happen here in order to see both kind of scenarios play out. We're in a little bit of a sticky situation, but let's talk about some of these support levels down below in case we do see this little pullback continue. And, in the grander scheme of things, let me go ahead and bada boom. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this up real quick. We'll pull up this volume profile. I don't even really like looking at this at this point. Yeah, let's pull up the MPOCs real quick. So let's pull up the daily MPOCs. Come on. There we go. Pull up the monthly MPOCs. That's going to have to load. But yeah, we do have quite a bit of daily naked point of controls underneath us, right? One at 60,000. Just about 60,048. We have one at 58,849 and another one at 57,345. These are going to be pretty nice support, in my opinion, right? Or it's nice to have these underneath us because if we pull our fib here real quick, Let me just go ahead and make it a little cleaner here. You can see like these two naked points of control. If these don't hold, we have the golden pocket 786 with the daily naked point of control right in the middle. So this could be some areas to look at if we get a big drop to the downside. You don't want to get it like super FOMO bearish at the bottom, right? If you're going to be looking for shorts, you got to be looking for them up here or even a little bit higher, because as we come down, depending on what that 12 and 16-hour money flow looks like, right? If we do wind up coming down, remember, if that money flow comes up, it's going to be a lackluster pullback to put in a higher low and continue to the upside. And then we have to monitor that higher time frame money flow as that's all happening to come out with a high probability scenario. So with that being said, right now locally, to be quite honest with you guys, we're kind of just bing-bonging around up here. Value area low locally at 63.3 is going to be key support. But again, even if we lose this, I'm not necessarily looking straight back down to much, much lower prices. Again, hence, it could feel really bearish, right? Because last time we did that, we came up, we popped in the value area, we broke back down, but then we found the long entry down here to take it back into the range. So just because you lose the value area low doesn't necessarily mean you're going to go to zero. But that value area low, holding it would be definitely a bullish sign, right? So $63,339 is going to be a key level of support. And then to be honest, I mean, I could, let me pull up another chart here. Bada boom. Actually, I'll pull it up from here. So let's see, 58,849. Bada boom, bada bing. 58. Yeah, it's like pretty 58,849. Yeah, pretty confluent. Whoops. Come on. 58,849, right? Pretty confluent with that previous value area high. Go ahead and make that is that a weekly? It's a daily naked point of control. Bada boom. Right there, right? So you have some nice confluence down here at about 58,849. Check the other ones, 60,000, about 60,000, right? You also have that psychological level of 60,000. And to be quite honest with you guys, I would prefer to hold that psychological level at 60K. Bada boom, right? Daily naked point of control. And there you go. There's some real important support down below in case we do see that retracement. And again, in the grand scheme of things, right, come up to a higher time frame, it could be where you wind up, right, putting in that right shoulder. If we're going to see something like what happened back here, where you get that that head and shoulders before the continuation up, this could be a big zone to be looking for potential long positions, right? Heavily reliant on what the medium hourly time frames look like. If that money flow is starting to curve back up, VWAP is starting to curve back up on the 12-hour, that would indicate a potential bounce to the upside. And then if that money flow crosses into the green, we can expect a continuation of that longer-term trend, right? That 12-hour trend. The money flow crosses into the green would indicate the longer-term trend. It doesn't mean you can't go down, right? In order for that to happen, we would really kind of like to go down. But that is kind of how I look at the money flow. And speaking of money flow, guys, if you want to check out my market cipher, what was that? No, I thought my camera turned off. But if you guys want to check out and learn more about how to use Market Cipher, specifically Market Cipher B, shout out to Tony D. If you could drop that link in the chat, I would love you forever. Go ahead and drop that in there. You guys can check out, I dropped a Market Cipher B beginner's tutorial. I break down every single piece of the indicator, and I kind of show you guys exactly what I look for and exactly how I try to predict these moves. And we probably will have a Lux Algo one coming soon as well. But let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Bada boom, let's see. Hashtag value. Shout out to Seth. Thank you for being here, bro. And shout out to Frankie Candles for dropping that Market Cipher tutorial. I'll go ahead and pin that to the top of the chat. Bada boom, there we go. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at kind of in the longer term, right? It's either we come up to this POC and get a harsh rejection, or we flip that 786 and it's pretty bullish, right? Looking for all-time highs. That's the two scenarios. We kind of have all the indicators, not like super messy and mixed up, but we just have mixed signals, right? Weekly green dot. And money flow coming up on the medium hourly time frames, but the 2-day money flow is coming out, right? It's just very, very contradicting. So those are the two major scenarios I'm looking at. Again, just kind of day playing this. In the meantime, I don't think it's unlikely, like super, super unlikely to get a rejection here as we have the weekly naked point of control, the golden pocket. And that's kind of just in the medium term here. What I would really prefer to see, if I could be honest with you guys, is I would really like to see another push up. I would love to see a push into at least the POC 786 to put in some like higher time frame bearish divergences, right? Like even the 2 hour, if we can come up here, we could start printing some nice bear divs with money flow continuing out. Could point to a likely short setup up here. Now, another reason why I do think we can make it to 67K would be, right, looking at the liquidation heat maps, right? Let's pull this up. Let me go ahead and I was already logged in. I thought I had to log in. All right, there we go. So pulling up the heat map here. Liquidation heat map, bada boom, liquidations, BTC USD, or USDT, bada boom, and then we'll look at the 3-month, and we'll load it up. Shout out to High Block Capital with the new interface here. But here we are, right? Actually, let me pull up the 1 month. Can't see it on the 3-month. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, so come on. All that liquidity up here, we looked at this yesterday, guys. We do have a significant amount of liquidity up here, which oftentimes does act as a magnet for price. So if you watch this number right here, that's kind of where my cursor is, right? This is coming in from where we just topped out, here at about 66.3. Let me zoom in. I forgot I could zoom in now. Yeah, like right here at about 66K. Right above that, starting at about, I'll take the significant levels, right? 66.4 all the way up to 67.5, maybe even up here to about 68.7, but really the hot spot of liquidity starts to end here at about 67.5. So we do have a lot of liquidity there. You guys want to remember, liquidity acts as a magnet. Oftentimes price is attracted to this. It doesn't guarantee that we come up to those prices, but oftentimes you will see that liquidity swept, and it is sitting right on that macro level of resistance, which is the POC 786 retracement. I'm going to get rid of this fib. So yeah, if we do come up there, not only could we see those liquidations take place and then see a pop to the upside, that is like why another reason why this level is so important to monitor. Because once we start tapping into this level, we could easily see those liquidations start to pop you to the upside here, which will likely either create something like a swing failure pattern, right, for a big rejection. If we're going to see that high time frame money flow play out, something like that would not be impossible. But another thing that liquidity can do is just pop us to the upside, and then massive FOMO kicks in, and we just get sucked up to that value area high and potentially beyond. In my opinion, this 786, even more than the POC, is the key level. $68,037. We flip that, that would invalidate, right? We start closing higher time frame candles, 4-hour candles, maybe daily candles above that level, would, in my opinion, invalidate the technical lower high, and then we can start to look for those all-time highs to come in, or, you know, current all-time highs or new all-time highs, right? But locally, guys, 45-minute money flow crossover into the red with your 12-hour red dot oftentimes does give you a significant correction. That's why I say a pullback from here may be likely, right? Because if this 12-hour red dot confirms and that 45-minute money flow continues into the red, remember, with the high time frame red dots, with the lower time frame money flow in agreement, right? So red dot on the 12-hour, money flow crossover into the red on the 45-minute does oftentimes give us bigger moves down. So that's why I'm saying this. And on top of that, we tap the macro golden pocket. And by macro golden pocket, I just mean of this macro trend from the high to the low, up here at about 72K, all the way down to the low here at about 53. So not possible to kind of continue to pull back here. But again, at this point, with medium time frame money flow, in my opinion, it would be more to look for longs as you look to put in higher lows at this point, right? So there you go. However, you might be thinking to yourself, well, Frankie, what about the high time frame money flow coming out? Like, wouldn't that be the giga short? In my opinion, right? Like, we've been wrong before. We'll probably be wrong again. I mean, I assume we'll probably be wrong again. We get it right way more than we get it wrong. But, if we came up to the POC 786, this would kind of be the better area for the giga short, in my opinion. If I do take a short from this level, it will be more of like a day or shorter term swing trade. And the idea of that trade would be capitalize on the move down, but understanding that a higher low is likely, again, based off the medium time frame money flow. Right? You want to use, and I talk about this in the Market Cipher tutorial, you can kind of use your money flow as your filter, right? Like, are you looking for longs or are you looking for shorts? And when money flow is coming up like this, you're probably going to be better off looking for higher lows and longs on the way down rather than just expecting this to come back down into a bigger red wave. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense for you guys, but that is generally what I'm looking for. So it's like, Frankie, are you bullish or bearish? I'm like bearish right now, because I can see both of these scenarios playing out, and it's really hard for me to kind of call just 100% in one direction or another. And we don't ever do that, right? Because no one ever knows 100% what's going to happen. But more often than not, I will say this, guys. Like I said this last time, I don't know. I don't really stay on social media too much, like as far as like personal stuff. But like, you know, if we were to see a big move, like what's the general sentiment out there? Tony D, can you run a poll? Is put higher highs or lower lows? Like what comes first? Are we going to break the all-time high first, or are we going to put in lower lows first? I'd love to know the actual sentiment of the community, because more often than not, it's like, I'm not going to lie. When people come in and say like, oh, Frankie, you're so bearish, right? Very rarely happens. But anytime I see a comment like that where it's like, this guy's calling for lower prices, like this is not me like assuming I'll be right. But just going back and back testing that, it's like almost every time we get people saying like, why is this guy looking for moves down? We're bullish. It's usually we wind up being correct, right? And I assume the reason that the sentiment is usually a lot of the time, actually, the Mafia is pretty close. The Mafia usually agrees with me. But anytime I see those people come in and be like, what's going on? I know that those people are probably just watching content creators that are either just like super bearish or super bullish and in one direction, right? So they're just like, this guy's bullish, so it has to go up, where we kind of look at both sides of the scenario, right? Because that's how it works. Like everybody's like, oh, we're bullish. We bounce, we're bullish. All these green candles get all those emotions flowing, but we can't unsee the TA. We can't unsee the money flow coming out and the likely short to play out here. And in those situations, more often we're right than we're wrong. Anytime I'm wrong, I almost anticipate it. I'm like, I just made that call, but I don't feel good about it. And usually I'm pretty good with that. I'm just be like, I knew I was going to be wrong. Dang it. But you got to make a call at some point. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to Surfer Boy said, gotta be honest, Frankie, I would love to see BTC just rip you, to just face rip you, but it's business, not personal. Shout out to Surfer. I would actually enjoy a face rip too. I'm actually not too. The only thing that I would not want to rip to the upside for is to like pick up some more like on spot. But to be honest, if this thing keeps like, you can only buy so much Bitcoin. At some point, Mrs. Candles is like, "Hey, don't we need money for food and stuff?" I'm just kidding, but yeah, I'll be honest. If we do rip up, like I said, this long from 39,000. I am holding this long from 39,998 for the meme, right? If that thing rips, this thing is going to wind up absolutely paying out. And it's kind of cool because I like to show people that you don't need a ton of money to make a lot of money in trading, because there was $600 and something on this trade, right? Up right now, it's up about like 9,000, right? So you don't need a ton of money to make money. And if we do rip, I'm much more covered on the longs than the shorts. Like right now, I took actually, no, I'm not holding any shorts. I'm only holding longs right now. So yeah, I would actually, as far as my trading, I would prefer a rip to the upside. But as far as like my long-term spot bags, I always kind of cheer for a dip to buy more. But that's just the crypto in me. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. So yeah, if I had to sum it up, I would say probably like not unlikely to continue to reject from this level, based off lower time frame money flow. Again, 45-minute. Not impossible to continue down here. But again, that's not, you know, if we reject here, like I'm not necessarily just waiting for 51 to 52K. Again, looking for those higher lows and the continuation up. All right, let's see. Yeah, shout out to Humza said, MEXC is banking on your long from 40K too, because they are banking on the fees. They're just as happy as you. Yeah, probably. We actually talked about the fees yesterday. Yeah, it's like it's a cost of doing business, right? And then for that trade, it's like that's not like I'm not like looking for that trade to like change my life or anything. It's like it's more for the meme. It'd be fun to show the content, right? If we ever hit 100K, it's like I'm long from 40K, kind of dope. But yeah, the fees would probably be like ridiculous. Honestly, could probably make a whole video about those fees, because that'd be like I paid more. Yeah, I don't know what the fees would look like if we held that to like 150K or something like that. Those fees would be like probably like a yearly salary almost. I actually don't know what it would look like, but it'd probably be pretty insane. Let's see, bada boom, bada bing. Yo, shout out to Milan, or no, not Milan. Who said that? Crypto 101 said Bitcoin knocked the hat off. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto 101. Shout out to Agbadi. Hopefully I said your name right. I apologize if I butchered it. He said, please, how can we find the liquidity indicator and how can we use it? Well, what I just showed earlier was High Block Capital, right? It's actually inside ExoCharts right now, but this is a separate website. Actually, I think we have a discount, Tony D. I think we have a discount if you guys use our code. If not, just go to the website, highblockcapital.com, and they have tons and tons of tools that you can use to really, really like give you an edge here. You can see where the liquidity is sitting. We also have some liquidity sitting down here at 52K. Obviously, we're closer to this liquidity, which makes me think it's probably more likely to take the higher liquidity first, or maybe never come take this again. Who knows? But the yeah, they have tons of tools. It's super, super, super powerful. I mean, well, wow. Woo-hoo. This is the 1 minute, I think. Nice little bounce there. But yeah, super cool. They have these trading view charts where you can actually look at your liquidations on the actual trading view chart, which is super, super cool. It's not as granular, right? It's not as high resolution, but you can kind of see, and you can separate this into, I'll only show the high leverage just to make it a little bit cleaner. But you can see low, medium, and high leverage shorts and longs. But you could kind of identify like where that liquidity is sitting. And again, I'm on a 1 minute here, so it's a little, but yeah, if we zoom out far enough, maybe we can get a view of the liquidity. Where is it? Yeah, 68K. It's probably a lot of low leverage up there as well. Bada boom. Oh my God, this thing is heavy. Oh, what am I doing? I'm trying to look for shorts, right? So probably a lot of low leverage short liquidity up here. If I had to guess, yeah, there it is. So there you go. All that liquidity all gets taken. Got a lot up here as well. But yeah, this is like a super, super powerful tool. They have CV. You go look at CVD on this. It is extremely, extremely powerful. To be honest, I don't even use everything on here. It's like there's just so much stuff. Mostly I use this for the liquidation heat maps. So yeah, but typically just to give a little breakdown of how that works, you said, can I show you how to use it? It would probably, I have some videos on it, but just in simple terms, it shows you where there are traders in the market. It shows you where their liquidation levels are sitting for those leveraged degens. And the way you use this is you can think of it like this, right? Liquidity acts as a magnet for price. Price seeks liquidity oftentimes. And, you know, when you run into this liquidity, people get wrecked, right? So like up here, this is liquidity from people who are short from higher, right? So if they get liquidated, when you get stopped out or liquidated out of a position or a short position, it creates a market buy. So when you tap into these levels, oftentimes you get one of those fast moving candles, and it gives you, it like adds that fuel to the fire to give you that big bounce to the upside. Understanding how this works, like it would take a really long time to explain it in full. But if you are able to use that, identifying these hot spots in the market and then waiting for specific signals to occur at that level can give you a good idea of if you should be taking a short or a long at that point. And then it just also helps you with general direction, right? Like price seeks liquidity. You can even go to a higher time frame if we come over here to the 3 month and identify where the higher time frame liquidity is, right? We obviously have a lot of liquidity up here from people who were short. And then again, down here at 52K, you can see we still have some liquidity down there as well. So, you know, the question is, right, you know, the real question that everybody wants to know is, you know, and again, a lot of people will say you have to grab this liquidity before you go up. It's not really how it works. But the question is, are you going to, the liquidity, excuse me, we were just looking at is local right here. But the question is, are we going to take that liquidity and then go for the lower liquidity and then go higher? Or are we going to leave this liquidity down here forever and never go see it again, which is something that I think a lot of people, when they look at liquidity, they really bank on these levels down. Like they bank that every pocket of liquidity has to get taken. But that's just not how it works, right? It's very, very hard to call. But understanding where this stuff is and how it works can super, super, super improve your profitability and just give you more of an edge in the market, right? So there you go. And then you start adding things in like the footprint charts and et cetera, and things get pretty crazy. Part of the reason why we looked for the long down here had to do with the bullish CVD that we had, which I'm not even going to get into that. I don't know why I even brought that up. It would take too long to explain. But, you know, essentially, this is a footprint chart. I know it looks super, super confusing. I also have like everything turned on here. So more confusing than it needs to be. But basically what this tool does is this allows you, let me turn off the TPO, this allows you to look inside of your candlesticks to see what is actually going on, right? So these are regular candles. This is your regular price action. But once you zoom into this, you can actually see the buys and the sells, which, there's a million different ways to use this as an edge, right, and make a ton of money from it. So there you go. Hopefully that was at least interesting to you. And if you like that, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we teach about this stuff every single day. All right, let's go ahead and start taking a look at those altcoins, guys. If you want to see your favorite altcoins, drop them in the chat, and we will go ahead and take a look at them. Rob the Crypto Stomp will count up the votes and let us know what we're going to look at. Let's see. Okay, so let me go ahead and isn't there a bearish divergence on the 45-minute? Yes, there is, right? And this is, again, like, why am I looking for a potential continuation down here? Very simply put, obviously the money flow is what I was talking about, but you also did put in bearish divergences here, for sure. Absolutely correct, right? Higher highs on your price action into the key level. That is key, right? It's key that it goes into the key level. But you have your higher highs on your price action, lower highs on your momentum waves, money flow coming out. And, obviously we already did get a nice little downtrend here. But if that 12-hour red dot does confirm, right, this could potentially be a nice little local top, right? A local top. Really want to try to figure out a way to separate. It's like, it's so hard, right? This drives me crazy because it's so hard for me to easily convey the difference of the context in different time frames, right? Because sometimes I'll say, like, oh, I'm bearish in the short term. And then, like, we look at the weekly green dot, and I'm like, oh, I'm bullish here. But if you don't understand the difference between the weekly and the lower time frames, it can get very confusing. Like, he just said he was bullish, but now he's bearish. Did he just change, or does he have two different views? It can get very, very confusing. But yeah, so for the medium term, this bear div with the money flow now coming out could be a nice local top, meaning it can give us more downside. Again, not looking to shoot it down to 51 to 52K based off this, but this could be the start of that kind of retracement that we could look for to get an entry in on a higher low and then continue back up to higher prices. Giving the sauce away today for free. But shout out to the Mafia. I would not want it any other way. Let's see. Shout out to K Diggity. Said Frankie would be cool to have as a school teacher because he'd always mark you present. Hey, shout out to K Diggity. We say you're here even when you're not. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. Someone said XRP making a higher high. Did it hit our target? Okay, hang on, not that target. Oh, baby, there's XRP sitting at that beautiful 61, now 63 cent level, guys. And what were we, shout out to French Toaster. French Toaster is filling in for Rob today. Let's go. Shout out to French Toaster. Thank you, bro. We appreciate you. And hey, I don't know. It's like when you're the altcoin guy, like, I mean, we ask you to be honest, but, you could always throw your own coins on there. But anyway, taking a look here, guys, as you know, on XRP, we were looking for something very, very specific here. Bada boom. Oh, actually, let me pull this one up first, right? So we talked about this a few days ago, right? I think this was on Friday we looked at this. As we had balance in the market, we had imbalance to the downside, right? And then we started getting a push up. I think we were like somewhere over here on Friday, right? And we were saying, hey, if we could continue up here, we could potentially flip that value area low to support and come back into this area of balance. We indeed did do that. It kind of bing-bonged around here a little bit, held that PLC of support, and then we broke out once again, looking at this larger volume profile. Did not get the retracement. Not even close. This thing just absolutely ripped. But we were looking yesterday saying, hey, Tony D, if you're not doing anything more important, could you please just go to the live stream yesterday when we were looking at XRP and try to find the clip where I'm like, yesterday we said, can XRP hit the 52 to 54 cent level? And today, we're going to say, hey, can XRP hit the 61 to 62K level? Literally what we were looking for, and that is simply based off the volume profiles, guys. Simply based off the volume profiles. I like to say, we are wizards over here. We do have a crystal ball, but in reality, it is just the way we do our TA, looking for price to go from the value area low to the POC to the value area high, and here we are. So hopefully someone was in the live stream yesterday seeing that call out, and the reason why, I don't hope you saw the call out to see that I was right. I hope you saw the call out so you understood what we were looking at yesterday before the move happened, and now you're seeing the move happen. And this is what will build confidence, right? You don't always have to put money on the line to learn TA, right? Like you could just put the levels on the chart, look for what you want to happen or what you think is going to happen, and see how often it plays out, right? And with the volume profiles, we knew once we broke above this value area low, obviously we had this other local one, but looking in the grander context, once you get above that value area low, POC would be very likely. Once you hold that POC, value area high is likely. Absolutely goated indicator. There is nothing, in my opinion, I don't even know if I call it an indicator. It's more of like a trading tool. Like really nothing more powerful than this, in my opinion. Maybe order flow or the footprint charts, like exo charts. Maybe exo charts is up there as well because you can actually physically see what's happening inside the candles, but absolutely insane. Shout out to Cameron Vaughn. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for that super chat. Says Ripple meets with the SEC tomorrow morning. Looks like someone's expecting something very interesting. Shout out to Cameron. Thank you for dropping that super chat. I appreciate you so much, bro. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah. Shout out to Hamza. Said Frankie wasn't right. The volume profiles were, and I can't argue with that. Can't argue. It's not like I blindly said, hey, I think we're going to rip up to 62K. It was all based off the volume profile. And you can learn this too. I promise you. I try to make it as easy as possible. I try to break it down nice and simple because you could do this too. I'm not special, right? Well, maybe a little special. But anyway, I'm just kidding. All right, let's see. Shout out to Bitfrog. Said, that Italian hair, mamma mia. Shout out to Bitfrog. I just recently saw a TikTok, or not a TikTok, an Instagram reel of a husky with an Italian accent. It was hilarious. It was like a boo. I swear to God. But anyway, let's see. Oh, French Toaster with the altcoins. Let's go. Shout out to French Toaster. I appreciate you, bro. I'm going to go ahead and pin that comment. Thank you very much. Probably not going to get to all of these, but we will try to get through a lot of them. Let's see. Yo, shout out to Beef Boy. Says Gary Ginzer is going to need to borrow your inhaler. Shout out to you, bro. I got plenty to loan him. Let's see. Seth said, you are special, Frankie. Don't you ever forget that, bro. Shout out to Seth. I appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. Again, XRP, right? Target hit 1, target hit 2. If we break out here, we talked about this yesterday as well. Kind of what we would want to see here on tomorrow. What we would want to see here tomorrow, if we get above this value area high, we want to see a rip up to this key level, which we marked out yesterday as the doorway to higher prices. If we get above that value area low, that is likely where that bigger move up could bring us to that macro POC at about 83 cents. Will it happen? We don't know. Will it blend? Does anybody remember that guy? Anyway, let's see. Shout out to Wix. Shout out to Wix wife's husband, 589. Wix says, Frankie, tell us the fake news again. Tell us the fake news thing again. So anyway, guys, going back. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that again. Shout out to Wick. You're funny, bro. Let's see. On it. Shout out to Tony D. Thank you, bro. Don't breathe this. Yo, shout out to Joel. Let's go, bro. Don't breathe this. It's iPhone smoke. Anyway, Joel is probably just me and you. It's probably just me and you in here, but I get you, bro. That's an old joke. But anyway, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, so that is what I would be looking at, right, as far as XRP. Next key level to the upside that you want to get above is going to be that 67 cent level, which is the macro value area low. Much more macro value area low from this range up here, right? And then that will bring you into this area of balance, bringing you likely to the POC. Flip that POC. Maybe we could see that move up to $1.29. I wouldn't expect it like tomorrow, but eventually. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Real quick look at Ethereum, because I kind of skipped Ethereum. Yesterday, you guys know we were looking at that $3,500 level as our key level of resistance, where we had this golden pocket POC confluence. I actually think we were looking at this golden pocket. We'll know if it lines up with the purple box. Right there. Bada boom, right? Golden pocket, POC of the range at $3,500 even. That was your key resistance to look for that rejection. We are getting that pullback. But as ETH stands right now, looking very, very similar to Bitcoin as far as higher time frame money flow, or at least the higher hourly time frames. Money flow is in the green on the 16-hour. This indicates that the trend is likely to continue up. But you may get some pullbacks in the meantime. If you pull back, this means that the goggles that you're wearing are long goggles. You want to be looking for retracements to put in higher lows and continue to the upside, potentially targeting your 786 and value area high closer to $3,700. Very simply put. And let me actually look at some of these levels here. Let me pull this local fib. Let's pull up Lux Algo. Shout out to Lux Algo. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, very key level of support now. I have it marked out as resistance, but we got to flip that to support because we broke the level. Key level of support going to be this golden pocket, value area low, confluence, sitting between about 3,200 and I would call it about 3,250, 3,260. Now, if we did wind up, I know no guarantees that we get down there, but if we did wind up coming down here, I would be watching this Lux Algo Smart Trail. It's a 16-hour smart trail at that. So if you were able to get that, this would be a nice confluent level to be looking for a bounce. Now, if we dip below that value area low, if we dip below that value area low, we could look at the lower fib, which is coming in closer to about 3,085, and the 786 is closer to 2972, right? But we're pretty far away from that, so I would be looking at the more local levels at this point until we have to look lower. So yeah, that's going to be your key support on Ethereum. Very simply, simple TA there, right? Just looking at the volume profile and letting it guide the way, just like on XRP, right? Let the volume profile guide the way. Where's the next likely place for price to go? Very likely to go to that value area high once you hold the POC. And just like that, on the way down, it's the same exact thing, right? So there you go. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to Crypto 101 said, anyone uses COQ books for betting? Shout out to Crypto 101. I don't know exactly what you mean, but yeah, yo, Tony Pro, I said Super Saiyan Frankie with the Goku giggles. Yo, shout out to Tony Roaz. I'm not. Oh God, I might get hate for this. Not a Dragon Ball Z guy. Not that I don't like it. I just didn't grow up watching Dragon Ball Z. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so I can't really put that together. But I assume Goku giggles like I do. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here. Taking a look at. Let's see. Bada boom. Octa. What is Octa? Shout out to French Toaster. Let's check it out on MEXC. Okay, let's check it out on. Hey, shout out to Seth Shepard. Thank you for that super sticker. Says critical hit. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate that so much. Tony says you sound just like him. Tony D, if you find that clip, maybe find a clip of Goku's giggle. Oh God, is it that giggle? But anyway, let's see. Shout out to 9 to 5 and crypto content says, thank you for that XRPTA. Appreciate you. Hit that like for you. Hit that like for you now. Shout out to 9 to 5. I appreciate you, brother. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Octa USDT MEXC. I just want to see, do we have any, okay, so it all kind of looks like that. All right, let's take a look at what we got here. I'm going to go ahead and hide the indicators real quick. Oh, wow, this is interesting. Boop, 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 boop. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's see here. I'm going to pull up the naked points of controls really quickly. Come on over to that monthly time frame. I'm going to come up to the weekly, actually, because there's no real significant or local MPOCs here. Interesting. All right, so I'll actually just take the dailies here. Whoops. All right, so we got a daily here. Excuse me, daily MPOC. We got another daily down hither, and then we got another daily down hither. Bada boom. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and hide that, and then I'm going to mark out the actual daily levels. These are not MPOCs. These are just daily horizontals. Come on. There we go. Bada boom. Okay. So there we go. So those would be the key kind of higher time frame levels, in my opinion. That weekly's not confirmed. That weekly's tapped. That weekly's tapped. You got a weekly down there, but that's kind of far away. All right, so this is what I would take. Let's go ahead and pull that profile. Well, we'll see. We're kind of front-running this range. Kind of hard to pull. Yeah, it's because it's going to be an ugly profile. Let's pull up the VPVR. Bada boom. Okay, so XRP pumping again. Oh, baby, 60. Oh, wait, hang on. This is where we I thought this was the bigger volume profile. I was like, oh, my God. Let's see. I never know if it's like, okay, yeah, we already saw this. I never know if it's like a new person that popped in the stream. They're like, oh, my God, XRP's pumping. Or if I guess it is still pumping a little bit. But, yeah, XRP to the moon, baby. All right, so let's take a look here. Come on, volume. There we go. All right, so could pull this range, I guess. I don't love it. But I would be looking at this as your key resistance to get above for higher, right? If you flip this MPOC, I would be looking for higher probably. Let's pull our fib from the high to the low. Yeah, 786 probably becomes that key level, to be honest. Yeah, I'd be looking for that 786 if I'm being honest. So, yeah, this is kind of the volume profile. It's a little bit wonky. This is kind of the volume profile I would be looking at right hither. Bada boom. Yeah, let's pull up the money flow real quick. 4-hour money flow crossover into the green. That's not bad. Not possible to pull back a little bit just because that red dot is on the way here on the 4-hour, 2-hour red dot looking to print as well. 90-minute red dot printing. Is that a blood diamond? Not a blood diamond. Okay. That probably is, though. No. Okay, no blood diamond. Nice. So, yeah, I would be cautious, right, with these fresh red dots on the lower time frames for potential pullback, but money flow doesn't look too bad. 1-hour money flow about to cross over into the green. That could continue up into your next key levels. Again, coming in between about $2.21 and about $2.31. And that is what I'd be looking at on Okta. All right, let's see. Yo, Shut Up the Wig says, Tony, how many Chrome tabs you got up? I actually only have one Chrome tab open right now. I actually only have one Chrome tab, which is like 11 less than I usually have. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay. Let's check out Arbitrum. Haven't took a look at ARB in a long time. ARB, not ARM. All right, let's see here. What is this? What are these blue lines? What is this? What does it all mean? All right, this is definitely old. Old, dang. Arbitrum. Oh, whoops. Arbitrum is cheap. All right, I guess we will. I guess we'll look at this, but I'll just clear the TA. Dang, I have not looked at ARB in a long time. I would argue a weekly green dot, unless this thing is going to zero. I don't want to say that. I don't want to get too excited here, right? Unless this thing is going to make massive lower lows, this weekly green dot has really got to start playing out here. I mean, this is impossible. Like, I don't know if I wouldn't really pay. Actually, not too bad of a range, if I'm being honest. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So, hey, Tony D or Tyler, did Tony D send you that ADA yet? Guys, if anybody is waiting on a giveaway, I want you to not don't be mad at the mods. It is actually my fault. I actually had to refill the wallet that they send it out of, and it slipped my mind. Shout out to Tyler Durden. But yeah, Tony, let me know if you got that done. Shout out to Jacob, said, let's go, Frankie with a fresh cut, bro. Shout out to Jacob. Thank you for being here, bro. Yeah, literally yes, I did. Oh, Tony D said, yes, I did. And Tyler's like, I didn't get anything. All right, Tony, send him another batch. Send him some more ADA. Shout out to Tony and Tyler, bro. That ADA was for the giveaways? Shout out to Tyler, bro. Oh, all right, Tyler, let us know, what did you buy with it? And depending on your purchase, it may be okay. All right, let's see. Yeah, shout out to Crypto Independent. Yeah, absolutely. But here we go. All right, so looking at Arbitrum. Yeah, I mean, this is like all the price action, I believe, right? Like we're not looking at a young, like this is like the most price action we have. Yeah. So, oh, whoops, what am I doing here? Come on, I just put Market Cipher on log. Yeah, it's definitely not a Yeah, all right. So this is all the price action here, right? So think about it like this. This is your fair value. When you get above your fair value, it is considered expensive. When you get below your fair value, it's considered cheap. I don't know why I drew a box here and a circle here. Don't ask. But potentially undervalued here, right? And what happens when you're undervalued? You go back into the value area, back to the POC, back to the value area high. When you're overvalued, you could look for potential shorts to get back into the range, get accepted back into the value area, reject the high, go to the POC, go to the low, right? Now we're deviating from the low. Can we potentially see a move back into the value area, hold that value area low, go to the POC, and go to the value area high? I think it's possible, right? If it is going to happen, this weekly green dot is, if there's anything to do it, this weekly green dot would probably be it, right? If that weekly green dot's not going to do it, I don't think there's going to be much that can, right? Now, taking a look at the 4-day, money flow still coming into the red here. Again, like, are we going to get faked out on higher time frame money flow? Potentially. I would hope so. If we're not looking for a massive dump on everything, we would really want this money flow to fake out. 3 days in the red. And I'll be honest, like, I would prefer money flow be in a situation like this than how it is on Bitcoin, right? Because at least I know here that money flow has been in the red, right? Like, this could be the bottom of the money flow wave. This is where you could potentially look for longs. And then as that money flow creeps up, you could be continuing the trend to the upside and you can get a fire entry, right? But on Bitcoin, it's a little harder, right? Because money flow, especially on the 3-day, is like looking to cross over. Or on the 2-day, it had just crossed over, right? So we need this money flow fake out, right? Like, we do not get this money flow fake out. I think the move to 51 to 52K is likely, right? But if we come back into the green here, that's our chance to just blast off to all-time highs. But coming back to ARB, very similarly, right? At least we have a deep red money flow wave here. So, it's kind of like, it's not that the only way to go is up, but it's like, you're better off, like, it's a little easier to find the context here, right? Because it would make sense for this money flow to kind of shape up and come up as you kind of drift back to the upside. But these are the levels that I would definitely be looking at on Arbitrum, right? Let's come back up to the 3-day. What is with this profile? Come on. Bada boom, right? So yeah, that's your hope. Key level of resistance, 87 cents. You flip 87 cents. I think you're likely to come up to 116. Flip 116, could look up to $1.65. Now, again, this is the higher time frames. Not going to happen in a day or two, right? It's probably going to take a little bit longer. But that's what I would look at. Those are the key levels. And yeah, these snake eyes on the 3-day, like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of rough. Like, we got to start getting going here. The fact that XRP is pumping, like, a lot of these other altcoins actually don't look too bad. Actually, let me pull back ARB real quick. Yeah, 12-hour money flow coming up. Yeah, I mean, these things, this would indicate the trend is likely to continue up, right? So this would just kind of be the natural progression of price, in my opinion. Just like on XRP, right? Bing, bong. There you go. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Hey, shout out to Dr. Crimson's girlfriend said, "Oh my God, I want to go to Nashville." Shout out to Dr. We should meet Louisiana. Hey, shout out to Dr. Crimson's girlfriend. I don't know if you are talking to somebody in the chat, but if you're talking to me, let's do it. Well, we will be there. We will be there. It'd be awesome. I would absolutely love to meet you guys in person. It's like my favorite part of the job is putting faces to the names in the chat. It is the most fun. Let's see. Bada boom. Sold everything at 67K. Haven't bought since, but it looks interesting at the moment. Shout out to Seek Parabolic. Let's go. And I assume you're seeking parabolicism. Parabolicism. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's go ahead and take a look at Solana real quick. Oh, baby, Solana at our target from yesterday. Kind of our target from forever ago, too. to be honest, right? This wasn't like we looked for this target and it just went right up there yesterday or today. But, as you guys know, as we were holding above this blue box, this was our key level on Solana. As long as we were able to stay above this level and not really decisively lose it, really the POC was that key level. We talk about this almost every day. Once we got above this POC, the next likely place for price to go, in my opinion, was this golden pocket value area low confluence. And you can see we came up, tapped that beautifully, and now we're starting to get a little bit of a pullback. But money flow would indicate a continuation on the way. So if we do pull back, I would be looking at some potential higher lows to come in before continuing back to the upside. So there you go. And then, like your Fibonacci levels, right, from the low to the high would be somewhere that could be likely to put in a higher low here, at least in the context of the 12-hour. Some higher levels, $151. This would be kind of my next area of interest, to be quite honest. Maybe we come wash out all the, maybe we come wash out these longs. Bada boom, right? Maybe we can get a little, just drop a little sauce here real quick. A little bing. A little bong, a little SFP, and maybe a continuation back up. Very speculative, obviously, but the idea here is money flow is coming up on the 12 and 16 hour. Obviously, we have these red dots here, so maybe we come down. But again, with the money flow in the green now on the medium hourly time frames, the thought here is lackluster move down for a continuation higher. All right, let's go ahead and his name is Rob Candles. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. But let me see here. Bada boom. All right, let's take a look at Cardano. Everybody's favorite stablecoin. Let's see. Shout out to Tyler Durden. Said Retro Mike Tech's gonna go around and tell everyone I'm Rob Candles, Frankie's younger, significantly less intelligent brother. Shout out to Tyler. Shout out to Tyler Durden. Tyler, do not talk down on your looks, ever. You're one of the most handsome men I've ever seen. Shout out to Tyler Durden. Anyway, let's continue on here, guys. Super stable. Shout out to Tanji. You guys are funny, man. NVIDIA. Shout out to Cryptomania. Yeah, maybe we'll take a look at NVIDIA. We haven't taken a look at a stock in a long time. Mike said that. Oh, Mike, you have not seen Tyler Durden, I don't think. Tyler Durden is like, when I met him in real life, I was like, who is this guy? I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Anyway, let's continue on here. Shout out to Elite Ways. Easy. What is going on? But let's see here on Cardano. I mean, kind of just working our way through, right? Let's see here. Yeah. All right. So previous value area high POC, we did wind up holding that and breaking back out. That is a good sign in my opinion. Money flow, same thing as everything else. 16-hour money flow crossing over into the green. Daily red dot potentially on the way here. So that could potentially give us a little move to the downside. But for the most part, again, long goggles on. If we pull back, it is going to be more likely to put in higher lows to continue up rather than just shorting to zero. Based off this medium time frame money flow. 2-day money flow, 3-day. Yeah, honestly, the money flow on the altcoins does look a little better. It just looks like it's played out a little bit better. It's a little bit further played out, right? They're in bigger red waves. They're starting to curve back up. Little bear div here locally on the 10-hour. I don't know if I would call it locally, but 8-hour red dot. If these medium time frame money flows are coming out, guys, probably likely to get a cool off here. Oh my God. What the heck? It really is a stable coin. Like, even when it goes up, it stably goes up. It doesn't just yeet. It's just like up, step, step, step. One step at a time. This 45-minute money flow, 30-minute money flow crossing over into the red, I don't think it's impossible to get a little pullback here. But if we do, again, higher lows for continuations up based off money flow. Shout out to Ganja Nerd. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. Jonah Lang in the house. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. I would bathe with Fight Club soap. Shout out to Wix Wi-Fi 89. Ada Gang. Shout out to Derek. Let's go. But guys, I think that's all the time we got for today's live stream. We'll have to see what happens. Again, with Bitcoin, if we do wind up getting a little retracement here from that golden pocket or a little continued retracement, remember, it's not just instantly super, super bearish because we have a lot of room to come down and put in those higher lows for continuations to the upside. And again, 12, 16-hour money flow coming up. I do think we could potentially continue this trend to the upside. And then if we get to that POC 786, guys, that is going to be the area that we have to watch like a hawk, gauge the reaction, and see if we are going to get that big move down. But again, with where we are in the cycle, doesn't really call for a massive bear market to come in here or even like another massive dump. Doesn't make too much sense cyclically. But with that money flow coming out, we got to take that information, use it as binary info, not I think this, I think that. It is binary information. Now, yes, that information is not going to be right all the time, but it is all about being wrong more than you're right over a certain period of time, right? The TA is not going to play out 100% of the time, but if you stick to your rules and you're looking at the right stuff over time, those laws, you're going to win a lot more than you lose. And on top of that, you can manage your risk. So even if you lose more than your trades than you win, you could still remain profitable. Also, by the way, guys, I said last night that I might get stopped out of my short for $67. And I indeed did get stopped out for exactly $67. So with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. Thank you all for tuning in and sticking around till the end. I absolutely love coming up here every single day and doing this TA with you guys and having fun in chat. It's my favorite part of the day. So I really appreciate you guys. Smash that like button on your way out. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong. Oh, no, Tony D, I got to call you, bro. This stream deck is messed up. You got to help me. Anyway, hasta basta. Bing bong.
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm going to get that second bell. Where the f*** is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Spit shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working, I'm up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
I'm going to break it. We'll just get another one. I'm going to break it. It's making a fool of me. It's not. It's because I have 47 Chrome tabs open. You think so? Could Chrome really break my computer like that? Yeah, I mean, you don't tell me that every day. It's like, what? You told me like once or twice. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think if I mean, maybe I'll just bang it on the desk a couple of times. No, this is a me problem. Not okay. All right. All right. Well, Stream Deck lives to see another day. But hello? Oh, no. Are we live? Oh, hey guys. Well, Stream Deck is still it's in one piece, right? Still alive. But Tony D said it's my fault. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm slowly turning into a boomer. Faster and faster every day, though. But anyway, guys, good thing I'm not a IT guy. That's why I'm a trader. Anyway, with all that being said, guys, I'll see you next time. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
Well, I guess we got to check it out, right? We got to check it out. All right, let's see. Wait, hang on one second, guys. Hang on one sec. I got to fix this audio. I think we only have like 6 people left in here, but that's okay. That is okay. Let's see. Shout out to Tony D. Let's check this out. That's all good and dandy. We rejected the value area high, held that POC as support, but now we're breaking out. What's going on now? Simply zoom out, look at the larger profile, and now you're like, okay. So that value area high that we just broke out of is very close to this POC. You hold that POC. Now we could potentially look up towards that 61 to 62 cent POC value area high. Weekly naked point of control. On Friday, we said, can XRP make it to 50 to 54 cents? We got that based off the volume profiles. Yesterday, we talked about can XRP hit 61 to 62 cents? And we didn't get it yet, right? But we are potentially starting our journey on the way up to that 61 to 62 cent XRP. Very simply put. Now, are we potentially going to get a pullback here soon? There you go. Didn't get the pullback, but there we go, guys. If that's not your sign to start using the volume profiles, I don't know what is. But anyway, I actually got to get out of here. Asta pasta. I love each and every single one of you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same time. You know the rest. Frankie Campbell's out. Bing bong.